Good afternoon, my dear students. I'm very glad to communicate to you in such an unusual way. My name is Kapustina I.A. I'm a teacher of English at Industrial Economical College. It's a lovely day today, it's summer, and I think that all the members of your family and you are okay. So, the theme of our lesson for today is the way into a career. Well, you see, it is a very difficult task to decide what professional career to choose, especially when you're 16 or 17 and you're finishing school. Today, I will advise you what to do. I will help you to decide what career to choose. And of course, today we'll discuss what things should be considered while choosing a professional career. The things you should consider are interests. Don't forget about your talents, skills, values, and job outlook. If you put the words below the table under the following headings, you will get a clear idea of what interests, talents, skills, and values are. So the proposed outcome is: if you enjoy drawing, art, being indoors, and reading, these are your interests. If you are artistic and athletic, these are your talents. If you are good at communication, organization, and computers, these are your skills. And values are honesty, the importance of money, spending time with family, loyalty, and helping society. Today, I would like to present you a very interesting, quite short film to discuss it later on. That's why be ready to answer my questions while watching this film. The first question is: how many people dislike their career or job? How many employees hate their job? How many people enjoy their job? And what should a person consider in choosing a career? Now you're welcome. Have a good time.
Selecting a career. What things do you think should be considered when choosing a career path? Keep in mind, before you make this important decision, over a third of your life will be spent in the workplace. Even though we spend so much time at work, how many people enjoy their job? A majority of people do not like their job. It is estimated that 63% of people dislike their job and 24% hate their job. Only 13% of employees enjoy their job. Keeping these frightening statistics in mind, when choosing a career, what should you consider? To make a wise career choice, there are 5 things you should consider: interest, talents, skills, values, and the job outlook of the career. Let's first take a look at interest and see why they're important when deciding a career. Interests are things you enjoy doing. Some examples may be being outdoors, exercise, helping people, art, or reading. Why are interests important when selecting a career? A person interested in work will more likely find their work enjoyable. Also, they will be more motivated at work. Your talents, too, are important to consider when selecting a career. Talents are those things or abilities that you are naturally good at doing. Examples could be you are artistic or athletic. Your skills is the third thing you should consider when selecting a career path. A skill is something that you learned and that you do well. Some examples may be driving, organization, and communication. Your values should also be taken into consideration when selecting a career. So what are values and why are they important? Values are the beliefs and ideas that are important to you. If your personal values are not in line with your career, you will likely be dissatisfied and unfulfilled at work. The last thing to consider when searching for a career is job outlook. What is job outlook? It is the estimated change in the number of people employed in an occupation. It is important to consider job outlook when selecting a career because it will determine your ability to find a job and may affect your earning potential. When selecting a career, it is important that you take a balanced approach with these 5 different factors. It is unlikely that one career will perfectly match all 5. By taking a balanced approach, will help you select a realistic and obtainable career. You will more likely be satisfied with your career over the long term, and you will more likely find a good paying job. In conclusion, when selecting a career, it's important to consider 5 factors: your interest, your talents, your skills, your values, and the job outlook for the career. By taking these into consideration, they will assist you in making a wise career choice.
So I think that it was not very difficult for you to understand the main idea of this film. So there were some questions to answer. I think that you will be able to answer the questions I asked you. Well, 33% of people dislike their career or job. Unfortunately, 24% of employees even hate their job, and only a small number of people, 13%, enjoy their job. And of course, when choosing a career, a person should consider talents, interests, skills, values, and job outlook. If we match the words from the right with the definitions from the left, we will get clear idea of what interests, talents, skills, values, job outlook are. We can give the determination of these things. Okay, let's do it. The proposed outcome is: interests are the things a person enjoys doing. Talents are things or abilities that a person is naturally good at doing. Skills are something that a person learned to do well. Values are benefits and ideas that are important to a man. And job outlook is the estimate change in the number of people employed in an occupation. Well, the next task for us will be to fill in the gaps with the words from the box. And if we do this task, the result will be: people interested in their work will find work more enjoyable. If your values are in line with your career, you will likely be dissatisfied and unfulfilled at work. It is important to consider job outlook because it will determine your ability to find a job and may affect earning potential. And taking a balanced approach will help a person to select a realistic and obtainable career path. Now I would like to advise you some jobs to choose from: plumber, judge, coach, software engineer, flight attendant, waiter, surgeon, architect, cook. What do these people do? People with such profession. What does a plumber do? Repairs water pipes, baths, toilets, etc. What does a judge do? Decides how criminals should be punished. What does a coach do? A coach trains a person or team in sport. What does a software engineer do? Of course, he or she writes computer programs. What does a flight attendant do? Serves food and drinks to passengers on a plane and looks after their comfort and safety. What does a waiter do? A waiter serves food and drinks at the tables in a restaurant. What does a surgeon do? Does operation in a hospital. What does an architect do? So, designs buildings. What does a cook do? Prepares and cooks food. So, task for you to do. Finish the sentences. I enjoy. I'm good at. The abilities I'm naturally good at doing are. I have learned to. The beliefs and ideas of mine are. I have decided to be a. So, when selecting a career, it is very important to take a balanced approach. Easily to say, a balanced approach is interests, skills, values, talents, and job outlook. And if you take a balanced approach, it will help you to select a realistic and obtainable career path. Secondly, you will more likely be satisfied with your career over a long period of time. And at last, you are more likely be able to find a good paying career or job. I wish you good luck.